Hello, everybody. Let's talk about something we all love, movies and TV shows. Now, we at Vionlabs, we saw a clear problem out there when it comes to movies. I mean, I've been working with movies for the past 10 years. I always felt sophisticated enough to see movies like The Godfather or Gone with the Wind. But the thing is, me and 6 out of 10 people in this room are actually lying at cocktail parties when we say that we've seen The Godfather. Netflix knows this. They know I have a guilty pleasure for Adam Sandler also. That when I'm alone, I watch Adam Sandler movies. And that's why Netflix gave Adam Sandler 4 movie deals at once. And this is pretty incredible and disruptive if you think about it. Hollywood have never done this before. And they can do this because they have the knowledge, they have the data, they know what we want and what we like. So we wanted to open this up and make it available for everybody, but take a very different aspect to it because movies are about emotions, feelings. So we wanted to pick up all the data that actually affects our emotions every day. Now, what you see in front of you here is 2 unique fingerprints created from our system. We have taught our computers to watch movies and pick up the emotional data that affects us daily. Now, each tile you see in these fingerprints are actually a scene from the movie. As it moves up and down, it shows you how much action there is in this scene, and it's actually showing you the colors from each scene. So just because I like James Bond doesn't mean I like James Bond. Just look at the left movie. It's building up an intense, to an intense final scene. While if you look at the new James Bond movies, you can see those fast cuts in the beginning, in the middle, in the end, and basically 90% of the budget goes to visuals and effects, while Dr. No is about great story, great characters. Now, using this data, we are able, just to get one important part, we have over 37 different classifiers. One of the most important parts is colors. Colors affect us emotionally daily. Have you seen the movie Benjamin Buttons? The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons? It's a great movie. Brad Pitt starts off in the beginning of the movie as an old guy and he dies as a baby. His aging is reversed, making it very hard for me to follow the story as soon as they go back in time. The incredible part with this movie is that the director had used colors to make us follow the story very easily. So looking at Benjamin Button's color scene, you can see that as soon as the timeline goes back to the past, it becomes very vivid and colorful. As it goes to the future and to the present, the colors become darker. So basically the aging is already in the color scene. The movie Black Hawk Down, Ridley Scott wanted us to feel the pressure and stress that soldiers have when they're out in war. In this movie, he used color codes to make us understand that when the colors are very bright and they're out in the sun, we can feel the same emotions that the soldier does when they're exposed. So soldiers in the safe scenes are in a very dark environment, in bunkers, and so on. Now, these kind of data we use to create an anti-churn process. We can actually predict and prevent viewers from leaving a service by using the understandable data that I just showed you. Now, something very incredible you can see here is that we take this data, we give it to operators and cable operators and people that uses, buys content and distributes content. And what they do today is that they buy everything and they sell it to everybody. What you see on your left side is how we measure the content speed that I just showed you in the fingerprints. What you see on the right side, you can see the conversation ratio of the content they're watching. We can see very incredibly that during the blockbuster scenes, blockbuster releases during summer, Michael Bay releases his movie, the speed of content goes up significantly. We can see, this is pretty cool actually. Looking at content colorfulness, we can see that one group of people here are actually starting to watch darker and darker content as it gets darker in Sweden outside. The more dark they get, the weather changes, we change our habits on what we watch. And we had to try this out together with our partners and see, is this actually true? So we run all our data together with those guys, and we could see that, have anybody seen the movie Noah? A lot of people probably seen it. Incredible part thing is that this movie has 6,933 views in 6 months. Not once, I'm not kidding you, not even once have anybody watched this movie when the sun is shining outside. Only when it rains. And that is pretty incredible using this kind of data. Now, we can now, with 97% accuracy, prevent a user 30 days before they leave the service and tell the operators why they're leaving the service. And this is pretty incredible today, just looking at the data and the consumption behavior. Now, we raised our A round, and we have not yet, if you ask me, finished our journey. We're far away from finishing it. 6 years ago, when we started our journey, and I think one picture says more than 1,000 words, we went down and tried to do sell our product in the Middle East and in Africa and emerging markets where we thought we had a bigger chance and less competition. So on the right side, you can see the co-founder and developer, and on the left side, you can see a very happy client. So we have gone through an incredible journey to be able to do this. And today we have basically raised our A round and are trying to find better partners and grow together with them. That's it. Thank you very much. Do the jury have any questions?
Yes. Hi. Thanks a lot. So just maybe can you tell us a little bit more about your clients? Like how much do they pay for the service? Why are they actually starting to use it? What is the most they take away from the data that you give them?
I mean, a lot of people are focusing on recommendations today, and recommendations and personalizing the experience. And I don't think that you can start building good recommendation engines until you have optimized your library. I mean, today, if a lot of your target groups are watching action movies, and you continuously buy comedies and drama, it's going to be very hard for you to approach them. And our business model is that we want to be able to first give you the tools to optimize your library, then give you the tools to give a personal experience. We take a tech license for this, and we take a monthly active fee for each active user that we can activate and get going. And today we work with 3 different operators.
How long does it take you to process each piece of feature that you...
That's a great question. We started off 6 years ago. It took us 3.5 hours to go through all the classifiers where we can see the environments, the color, the sound, the music. Today it takes us 3 minutes for each movie because we built up our own GPU clusters that it takes around 1,000 movies simultaneously. So 3 minutes per movie stands for.
What are the future applications for this beyond movies and stuff like that?
I mean, here's a very good example. Yesterday, I was watching a documentary called Occupy Wall Street. After that, I had this kind of thing where I don't like banks. Suddenly, I feel like the whole capitalistic world is very bad. After that, I got an ad from YouTube saying, do you want to buy an American Express card? I mean, the timing for that is pretty bad. If you don't understand the context of what I just watched and what I'm looking at, it's very hard for you to match advertisement, recommendations, or whatever you're trying to push my way. What I like to do with this technology is understand what is your emotional state on the other side of the screen. And there you have to reverse engineer Hollywood, because all directors have a certain color code they use to affect us emotionally. No colors in a movie is there by chance. The colors of the dress that they wear or the shoes or the background are all there to affect us emotionally. And we reverse engineer that to understand.
So did I get it right that your customers are video on demand operators, or are they actual broadcasters?
Broadcasters, movie studios, and video on demand distributors. I like to work with more newer technologies. They're easier.
So what's the role of the person in between? You're creating insight of the content catalog and what that viewer is supposed to be watching. Why does it go to a dashboard first for some human to make decisions where you could just skip that part and do better personalization?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question correctly.
Why wouldn't this be driving the personalization directly? Why is there a human in between making decisions based on your dashboard?
I mean, I don't think I understand the question. I mean, creating a personal experience directly, you need to first of all understand each individual user in the system. And you can't really do that manually because it's huge to scale. Imagine doing this on YouTube where you upload millions of videos every day. You need to be able to scale this. We're 13 people today doing what almost 150 people are doing at Netflix, over 300 people is doing at Ericsson. So we're automizing the process that is today very costful and giving much deeper insight.
All right, thank you very much, Aras Pendari from Vionlabs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.